Good morning, everyone. It's Monday. I do a question from the classroom. I am having to pre-record video today because I have another commitment at the same time that I normally hop on the Facebook Live. So I'm sorry that I'm not going to see you live, but I promise that I am going to read all of the comments that you leave under this video later on today once I have an opportunity to do that. Today's question from the classroom is actually coming from Jean, and Jean asked if I could talk about how federal employees' sick leave carries into retirement with them. So I'm happy to do that. The first thing that I want to let you know is that when we talk about retirement, it actually encompasses two very different things. One is eligibility to receive a retirement. The second is calculation of that retirement or the computation. So for sick leave, it adds to computation, and that means the more sick leave I have on the books the day that I retire, the bigger my pension is going to be, the bigger my retirement check is going to be for the rest of my life. But sick leave does not count for eligibility, which means I have to work long enough to become eligible to receive a pension, and only, so I like to put it this way, only as I'm walking out the door and actually now eligible for my retirement, only then does sick leave count. So if I have a year of sick leave on the books, but I'm a year away from being eligible, I am a year away from being eligible. I cannot use the sick leave to get out the door. I've got to work up to that point, okay? Great, I'm eligible, I'm walking out the door. Now, they're going to look at the balance of sick leave that I have on the books, and that sick leave is going to be converted to what we call creditable service. It's going to be converted to creditable service now for my computation, for my money. So the federal government has a one-page chart. I am going to take a screenshot of that and I will pop it into the comments so you can scroll below and actually look at that chart. But this chart is a 2,087 hour sick leave chart. And the reason that that's true is because 2,087 hours is going to add one additional year. And if you had a higher balance than that, you would take your balance, you would subtract 2,087, you'd give yourself credit for a year in that computation, you'd plug the difference into this table. So you get credit for all of it, there's no limit, there's no cap, but 2,087 hours is going to give you one additional year, plug the difference into the table. As I said, I'll pop the table in the comments so that you have an opportunity to look at that. Today, it's only for federal employees. This will not apply to anyone that's outside of the federal government. Now, most of our employees are earning 4 hours of sick leave per pay period. It does not have anything to do with how long a person's been working or what kind of work they are doing. If you are working on a part-time schedule, you may not earn 4 hours. It may be prorated based upon the number of hours that you're actually working. And if you are a firefighter and you're working 56 or 72 hours, then your sick leave is going to be different than it is for those people normally earning 4 hours per pay period. And with the 56 or 72, you might be earning 5 or 7 hours of sick leave per pay period. Okay, now, when it comes to retirement, I don't care how you're earning it, that doesn't matter, so I'm not going to delve deep into that. What I want to talk about is how does it add to your retirement? First, we have Title 38 physicians and dentists that are working for the Department of Veterans Affairs who earn sick leave in days versus hours. So I have to do a conversion for my Title 38 physicians and dentists, and I'm going to take the number of days of sick leave they have, multiply that by 8 hours to get an hourly total, then use the table. For the firefighters working the 56 or the 72, I've got to do a conversion before I can utilize the table. So I'm going to take the number of hours that they have on the books, multiply that by 40, and then divide by the number of hours that firefighter is working in his or her last tour of duty. The number of hours on the books times 40 divided by the number of hours that they're working in their last biweekly tour. Now I can use the table. For everybody else, I'm just going to take the sick leave balance and use the table. So there's one additional step for some of our employees. For most, we're just going to look at the table. So when I look at this table, what I'm going to do is find the number closest to, but always higher than, my actual sick leave balance. So we're going to round up, find the number that is closest to but higher than my sick leave balance. And when I do that, then I am going to draw a line to the top of the table and to the side of the table where the days are listed. I'm going to intersect. So let me just give you an example. Again, you're going to have the chart in the comments, but let's say that I have a 943 hours of sick leave after I do the conversion, or it's on the books. I'm looking at this table. There is no 943. So the number that's closest to but higher than that is 945. And if you look at 945, draw a straight line to the very top of that column. It says 5 months. Draw another straight line over to the very left-hand column where your days are listed, and it says 13. So that would mean that 943 hours of sick leave would add 5 months and also 13 days to my math problem. Now that math problem is going to be comprised of the sick leave I have on the books, plus any military time that I have bought back or, quote, deposited, plus my civilian work time. Normally only your permanent positions, sometimes your temporary jobs depending on when they were. Again, I'm not going to get into all of that today. I'm going to hop off here and get to my appointment. I am first going to put that sick leave chart in the comments, so by the time you watch it, it will be there waiting for you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Please stay safe. Take care of yourself. You have any questions about retirement or benefits or insurances or just general money, let me know, please. I do already have something on tap for Wednesday. And tomorrow, I think what I'm going to talk about is something called temptation bundling. Be perfect discussion for a Tuesday. So I hope to see you live tomorrow at 9 o'clock. In the meantime, leave me a message. Let me know you were here. Take care.